Um, it's classified. It's called the VCAP, Alabama Vulnerable Child Compassion and Protection Act.
That's just sugarcoating that.
I know, but that's what it.
That is trying to sound far more pleasing than it actually is.
Alright, so legislation finally declares the following. The sex of a person is the biological state of being female or male based on sexual organs, chromosomes, and the endocrine system. And is genetically encoded into a person at the moment of conception and cannot be changed. Now, here again, this is talking about the sex, not the gender. Mm-hmm. Okay, so again, automatically the legislation is trying to tell you the difference. Some individuals, including minors, may experience discordance between their sex and their internal sense of identity and individuality, and experiencing psychological distress. This is commonly referred to as gender dysphoria. The cause of an individual... Yeah. Okay, so the purpose of this act, one is to minor, shall be termed in the following. All right, a minor. The same meaning as Alabama state, a person of an individual, under a certain age. Okay, but here's the thing. They want to, this is what they want to do. They want to establish that, and this is right under their Section 4, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, I'm just going to read kind of the primary, is that no person shall engage or cause any of the following practices to be performed upon a minor if the practice is performed for the purpose of altering or attempted to alter or confirm that the minor's perceived his or her gender or sex, if the appearance or the perception is inconsistent with the minor's sex as defined in the following act. Okay, so therefore, there will be no prescriptions or administrations of puberty-blocking medications or delayed natural puberty. Prescription or administrations of doses of testosterone or other antigens to females. Prescription of suppressants or estrogen to males. Performing surgery that sterilizes, including castration, vasectomy, hysterectomy, and all the other ectomies. This is literally saying that if a person is a minor, they are not allowed to even approach their doctor.
Oh, wow.
They can approach their doctor. I shouldn't say that. According to this, they can approach their doctor. Their doctor can't do a damn thing about it. Mm. And this is, like I said, this is Alabama.
Of course it's Alabama.
Yeah, and I didn't want to read that whole thing out there because their laws and their bills, but what generally happens in a legislature is that a bill like this will get shoved into something else, mm-hmm. and people will agree on it, and they'll but this particular thing, this particular law, and we're seeing this with a lot of other laws, they get passed in the House, they get passed in their state Senate, their governor ends up shutting them down. Or, worst case, the governor signs it, mm-hmm. which has happened in a couple states, and then it goes, somebody sues the state for it, it gets fought on a court level, and the court goes, yeah, no, that's not constitutional, you really don't have any say in that whatsoever, but the Republicans get to go, hey, we tried.
Yeah. We got it passed for so long.
Yeah, and the vast majority of these bills are always supported by Republicans. Mm-hmm. And this is another one, and this is in New Hampshire. It's got 4 sponsors, all of which are Republicans, and it's relative to state recognition of biological sex. And again, for whatever reason, states get hung up on sex versus gender. Mm-hmm. They just don't seem to know the difference or recognize that there is a difference. Mm-hmm. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right.
You're having problems with your fizzy drink over
there.
I
am having problems with my fizzy drink.
Your fizzy drink.
My fizzy drink.
We're children.
Utah and Iowa both have issues, are both trying to pass laws with school districts and school sports. Wyoming has a Fairness in Women's Sports Act. Arizona has a couple of them going on.
I'm noticing heavily that the ones that are aimed towards sports is mostly aimed towards AMABs.
AMABs?
Assigned male at birth.
Oh, assigned male at birth. Sorry, I had like a complete and total brain fart there for just a second. It does. You're absolutely right. Which is weird because, usually the gender populace is so negative towards women. Mm-hmm. Women get less pay. Women, we are overacting, or when we go into the doctor, when they go into the doctor's office, they're always seen as being overdramatic or melodramatic when it comes to their symptoms or what have you. Mm-hmm. A woman can go into a doctor's office with a broken arm, and the doctor's going to go, no, honey, you're fine. The guy does it, and they're like, oh my God, you broke it in like 4 places. It's like the man flu,
The man flu?
You've heard of man flu, right?
No.
Okay, a woman gets the flu, and she's still capable of taking care of the household, the kids, the pets, doing the dishes, doing the laundry, running the complete house, right? Mm-hmm. A man gets a tiny little tickle in the back of his throat, and he's on the couch for a month. That's man flu.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you got to remember that women give birth. They can push a watermelon out of a hole the size of a lemon.
And cis men cry when you hit the wrong spot too hard.
Cis women cry when you hit the wrong spot too hard. I think transgender men probably would do the same thing, but I'm not going to get that part just to try that theory out. That is not a theory I am prepared to engage on. Yeah, you let me know when that happens.
I will.
The thing of it is, and the reason why we're looking at all these anti-transgender bills is because it's a growing trend. Like I said, if I went down and if I looked through, the vast majority of the states have some sort of legislation pending. Mm-hmm. It's insane.
Including our state.
Including ours. Now, there are states, and you'll notice here on this map that I have on this page, again, it's freedomforallamericans.org. Mm-hmm. The darker reds mean there's more legislation in that state. Yeah. Versus red or white states that have none. So, like, California has nothing going on. California is a very laid-back state.
Surprised Texas doesn't have any.
It doesn't have any right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now.
They did last year. There were a couple. But you'll notice that it tends to be a couple in the middle of the country, and the whole West Coast just don't really give a crap. It's like, yeah, we're like, okay, whatever. But, like I said, this is nuts. There are 14 bills in Tennessee right now.
Wow. 14
transgender bills. There's 1 in PA, 12 in Arizona. You know what I mean? I mean, like, it's nuts.
Yeah.
And like you said,
is there one in Hawaii?
Yes, there's one in Hawaii. And the nice thing is, like, on this website, you can look at, and Hawaii has the same one that seems to be kind of going with everybody else. It's related to high school sports. This one bothers me. One, because I'm a photographer for high school sports. That's one of my joys is to Friday Night Lights. I love taking pictures of the kids. Primarily because I like to give them to the kids. I'm not a creeper. I don't,
You always gotta cover your bases.
Yeah, no. Please don't think I'm a creeper. I've been taking pictures of these kids forever. It's just one of my hobbies. Is high school sports. But the thing of it is, it's never been whether that's a girl. That girl doesn't belong in this sport. Oh, that's a boy. That boy doesn't belong in this sport. It's never been like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, like even on football, we have female players.
Yeah. So
these kind of laws bother me, and they bother me because we inadvertently or maybe advertently, these schools are attempting to eliminate transgender students from sports that they may be very, very good at.
Yeah. And
get scholarships in to go to college.
Yeah, it's messing with their education.
Yes. And their futures. Mm-hmm. Because they don't identify
how
medically they're seen. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How these people want them to be seen.
How some doctor, when they were born,
decided how
they should be.
Yeah.
Because somebody can't get sex and gender.
Differentiate in the name.
Right. And this is why, like I said, every time I see one of these high school sports or high school athletic bills, it just, like, I can't help but shake my head. I'm like, do you have any idea what you're messing with?
Mm-hmm.
It's not about fairness of the sport.
It's not.
No. 9 times out of 10, a sport is co-ed nowadays.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no reason why we should not have co-ed sports.
Mm-hmm.
Every kid, I mean, like, from day one, nowadays, we teach girls they can do anything a guy can do.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
But on the high school level, we go, I know we said you could do anything that a guy could do, but you can't play that.
Yeah. Or you can't play this.
Or you can't do that. Yeah. No. We don't want you to compete on the same level as them because
they're built
differently, and they're going to score differently, and you won't be perceived as just as good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why, you know, you have the girls' sports and you have the boys' sports. And
I noticed this.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly with... So, sewing is perceived as a feminine thing.
Yeah.
Back in 7th grade, I think.
Okay.
Everyone had to take a sewing class in my school.
Right.
The guys didn't pick it up that much very well. I noticed that heavily. And this year, they actually got rid of the sewing class.
Really?
Really. There's no sewing class.
That's horrific.
The teacher, I think, is now a cooking teacher.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a rat in her room.
That's really wrong.
We've named him Remy.
I figured it was going to be named Remy. Yeah.
We actually saw it the one time I had a study hall in her room.
Ew. You know, it floors me. Like I said, your sister's school, I have to worry about bed bug infestations, and yours...
You have to, can we say that on the podcast?
STDs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The story of the
STDs, yeah.
Of the I'm gonna say the ladies of the restroom.
Yeah, we won't go there. Just, you know, if you can stay away from those Pennsylvania high schools, please do.
To the point now in the mornings.
Yeah.
There is a teacher standing guard at the high school's bathroom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We pass her every morning.
Hi, how you doing? Yeah. I just guard the bathroom.
That's exactly what it is.
Just so the bathroom doesn't get violated. But the thing, like I said, you know, it shouldn't. We shouldn't be worried about that at this point. I mean, one, a college or a collegiate, you know, sport is going to pick up a student based on that student's performance, not on a school record.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, we see that, you know, every year when it comes to high school sports, especially here, because this is a big high school town.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, our kids came in second in their district.
Yeah.
Or in their division. However, every single, like, I want to say every single senior that was aimed for a particular college got the college of his choice.
Mm-hmm.
And, whether they, you know, played a whole lot of time or not, whether they were on the field as a starter or whether they were a second string, they were out there, they proved themselves, and the schools saw that, you know. We've had female athletes. Like I said, we've had female kickers. I think we had a female kicker this year. I just think she wasn't a senior.
I think she was. I think we had one. Yeah.
Well, I know we had one. I want to say she is a soccer player, though.
Yeah.
And nothing wrong with soccer players. I love soccer. But I don't think she was a senior, which is why I didn't see it. But, you know, like we just saw, you know, another student this weekend. You know, he had been gotten offers, and he was waiting for one particular school. Mm-hmm. And you actually played ball with this kid. And
they grew up so fast. He's already going.
I know.
He's already going to college.
And you, or well, like, and he finally got the school of his choice. He got the school that he was hoping for. Mm-hmm. They reached out. And it's not like he wasn't on every play. Mm-hmm. He played quite a bit compared to other seniors.
Yeah.
But it was his skill that got him out on that field. Mm-hmm. Had it been a female player and she had skills, she'd have been out on that field. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So why do we have to have bills like this? Is where my mindset is, where I'm going, my roundabout way. and the reason why I bring this up is because it's not just kids that have to face things like this. Mm-hmm. You know, this is kind of targeted towards minors one, because you're a minor, this is stuff that, you know, you could potentially come across.